Hello people, welcome back to another episode of Twitter is Terrible. Today we have a situation about a couple of smaller content creators who got pushed off of the internet and attacked by a group of people on Twitter for literally some extremely stupid reasons. Like you guys will see in a minute here, but some people on Twitter can just be so toxic and just absolutely ruthless for no reason at all. I mean, for this situations, the things some of these people on Twitter did should honestly just never be done to anyone at all, regardless of what they've done in the past. But before we dive deeper though, every single person who likes this video right now will actually get one of these. Yes, I'm actually serious. You will get one. It works. Trust me. Just go and like the video. Also, while you're down there, might as well subscribe too. I'm trying my hardest to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. And when you subscribe, you will be helping me get closer to reaching that goal. And I'd seriously appreciate it so much. Also, join my Discord server, link in the pinned comments. But yeah. Anyways, basically this whole situation surrounds around mainly two smaller Minecraft YouTubers. There's a few other smaller creators who were also targeted by these people, but the two main people in this situation were named Draggy and Nathan. Now, Draggy and Nathan each had a small controversy a while back. It's been kind of hard to find what each one was, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that Draggy got canceled a while back for speaking in a Mexican accent on a video game or something. And for the other guy, Nathan, I literally can't find what he was canceled for anywhere. I truly have no idea what it was, but all I do know is that supposedly it was over something not absolutely terrible from what I've seen, and it was from a long time ago for both of these people, and both of them apologized over it and quit doing the stuff that they did previously, which they got called out for. Now, before we go further, I just want to say I'm not able to actually form an opinion if either of these people were rightfully or wrongfully called out. I just don't have enough information about the actual cancellations, so I don't really have any room to talk about them that much, but I can say that they don't deserve what actually happened to them on Twitter, because honestly, nobody ever would deserve something like this. So what happened was basically a Twitter mob began to quote tweet every single one of these people's tweets with some like really mean and just like demeaning stuff. They were sending them both death threats and just saying stuff like "don't wake up" and "I thought he died, y'all gave me false hope." Like just some really terrible shit. On top of that, Draggy said that he got sent to his DMs. Meanwhile, he has hemophobia, or the fear of blood, and basically these people were just absolutely harassing these people out of nowhere on Twitter. They didn't even talk about why they were doing any of this either. Like, I had to do some serious digging to try and find a reason behind all of this, and all I could really find was someone who wasn't even targeting Draggy or Nathan, and they explained that in the past Draggy was supposedly canceled for using a Mexican accent in a video game. And I mean, if that's the reason behind all of this, then that's just absolutely ridiculous, especially because it was about something as dumb as that, and he apologized for all that shit and admitted it was a mistake. Like, these people all just randomly decided to all go and attack this person from something he did last year and already apologized for. I mean, just in general, you shouldn't ever do things like send to people or wish death on them or send them death threats for any reason at all. That's just something you shouldn't do. But if the reason behind this is the Mexican accent stuff, then that's just on a whole other level of disgusting. It's not like he did something absolutely terrible that like he would get sent to prison for. Like, I just don't get it. Draggy also tweeted out saying they will pull the card: if you're a content creator and can't take what they call criticism, you shouldn't be a content creator. I started content creation 6 months ago. I'm still the same human I was 6 months ago. I didn't turn into some mechanical robot. First thing here, this isn't really criticism. People are just threatening him and harassing him. So no, you're not giving this man criticism here by telling him to die. You're just being a terrible horrible person. Also, this person here is already getting hate mobs on Twitter, and he's only been doing YouTube for like 6 months. That's just horrible to hear, honestly. I mean, I don't know completely about the situation that he did, but for him to already be getting death threats and these mobs coming after him, that's just terrible. And that's about all that there was for the Draggy situation that I could see. And for the Nathan situation, there isn't much on Twitter, but whatever these people were saying to this Nathan person, it ended up making them deactivate their Twitter and just completely quit content creation altogether, which once again, it's just really sad to see. No one should be acting like this for any reason at all towards other people. Anyways, I'm gonna let my friend Connor Pugs hop on and give his opinion on this. His channel will be linked below. He makes very similar content to me, so if you're interested in that, check out his channel. And yeah, take it away, Mr. Comment Section Man. Seriously, I see this dude in every single YouTube comment section ever.
Thank you, Keed, for having me on. Hi, guys. My name's Connor. I'm linked down below. Go ahead and subscribe. Anyways, let's talk about what happened. Actually, I'm not going to talk about what happened. I'm going to talk about the issue and why people don't see it as an issue. Most people don't see content creators as people. Well, they do, but they don't see the words and like the feedback that they give as landing. They don't think that, they think that it kind of goes into the ether. With a lot of creators, they actually ignore it. I mean, I don't read my comments most of the time after the first 10, 15 minutes because, you know, after a while, it's just pretty negative. It is what it is. The reason why I do this and the reason why a lot of creators do this is because, you know, as humans have evolved over time to protect themselves. We've evolved to survive. We've not evolved to be happy. Happiness is not equivalent with reproduction and eating food. Those are the two things that matter. And in civilization and societies, especially back in the day, your social rank mattered. If people didn't like you, you weren't going to get food from the tribe. So we've evolved over time to pick up on social cues, right? We've evolved over time to pick up on, you know, if we're doing well, feedback, because feedback is important for our survival back in the day. So now, obviously, hundreds of years have passed, and we still have these mechanisms to keep us, you know, thriving in society. Social media has supercharged it because you go on Twitter, you tweet something out, you get thousands and thousands of bits of feedback just blown in your face in the matter of minutes, especially if you're a creator. And the thing about positive feedback is it kind of lingers and disappears. Yet negative feedback, the thing that you can critique yourself with, sometimes, not always stays. So the negative feedback, it stays longer because that's the thing that's going to help us survive. You know, positive feedback, not actually in Twitter. You have to realize I'm saying this generally and how we've evolved to deal with this. So now Twitter, a relatively new, you know, invention and concept that has not been, you know, factored into the evolutionary process that happens over thousands and thousands of years, you know, it's overcharging our, you know, perception and our, you know, analysis. Even recently in society, most people are not accustomed to thousands and thousands of bits of feedback being delivered to them every single minute, especially if you're a content creator, and especially if it's a lot of negative feedback. And the thing is, it's very easy to say that you don't care what people think, but most of the time, if someone says something about you, you're at least going to care about it for a little bit. It will linger with you for a little bit. And the thing is, there are creators out there that actually do read their DMs, actually do read their messages. It's not that they love their communities more. It's most likely that either they do love their communities more and therefore they're taking the blunt and they've just decided to, they just are made of steel, you know, emotionally, or they just haven't learned yet. Unfortunately, I think Nathan and Draggy, Twitter is a really hard place to ignore the criticism, especially if you don't have your notifications set correctly. I completely quit Twitter, but I think something that people don't recognize is that if creators actually read their messages, which some of them do, such as Nathan and Draggy did, it's horrendously detrimental, especially if they're not emotionally in a place to take it. And you don't know. You don't know if they are or not. Anyways, that's enough of my ramble or my perspective. Thank you again, Keed, for having me on. And if you haven't already done so, sub to Keed. He's trying to hit 100K pretty soon. He's absolutely getting there pretty soon. And also, if you haven't already done so, drop me a sub. I like subscribers and money. Let's go. All right, boys. See you in the next one.
All right, shout out Connor Pugs once again. If you enjoyed his part, his link will be in the description. But yeah, anyways, that's about enough stupid for me today. If you want to keep watching, click on one of these thingies up on the screen. And yeah, bye.